Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pink Ocean Tarot. My name is Kelly. I am an intuitive tarot reader, and well, here to do a reading for you today. I do apologize, it's been a hot minute. I have had so much going on, and I've desperately wanted to put out a reading. I just honestly haven't been able to. I had a friend asked me to do a little mini personal for her, so I did that, and then I had another friend get hold of me with a personal emergency that was really, really big and deep, and I had to do one for her, and it was very, very, very emotional. I spent the whole thing pretty much sobbing through it. That took a lot out, and well, I haven't been sleeping very well either, and I wonder if anyone else is picking up on very heavy, heavy fields of energy at the moment. I've been kicking my blankets off my bed every single night, and I've managed to actually wrench my shoulder blade muscles, and I've been in tremendous pain for about 48 hours. I'm treating myself to some acupuncture in a couple of hours, so hopefully that will help ease it off. But basically, I haven't been able to channel very well. I did try to record a general reading intending to publish, actually, and I had to stop. It it didn't go very well, let's just say that. So I intend today to try and make up for my absence and do a really deep dive. So I am starting out with Dreamy Moons. And I have pulled the first little spread already, and I'm not honestly shocked at what's come out, to be honest. And I was meditating yesterday, sitting on the beach for a couple of hours, and I had some messages come through that were curious, and I do want to mention them in case they resonate for somebody. Is that you, feminine, you are so intuitive. You know your story, you know your situation, your circumstances better than anyone. And even other people in the spiritual sort of circles, like, people can give you advice, they can try and offer you some guidance, but if it doesn't resonate, you don't have to take it. At the end of the day, you are your own best inner compass. You know where you are being guided to, and if something doesn't sit right, even when on the surface all signs point to one direction, if your intuition is whispering to you, no, 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 you know the way, it's the other way, go the other way, then sometimes you've got to be brave and stand up and stay the course and go, actually, I'm going to go this way. It may not be popular, it may not be socially conventional, it may not look like the correct thing to do to other people and on the surface, but you know, you must follow your compass. All right, and with that very long intro, we have some cards here. I'm saging, obviously, so I'll just have to work around the smoke, but that's all right. So, the first card that came out was the Three of Stars, which of course is Pentacles in this deck, and this is nice. This is a beautiful card. This is the card of building something with a strong foundation and wanting to leave a lasting legacy with this beautiful lady playing the harp here. She's composing a beautiful piece of music intended to touch people's hearts and minds, and you know, this music will be here long, long after she is gone. It will live in people's hearts forever. And what I felt from the spread of cards was that this top row here, this is you, feminine. This is you at the moment. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords crystals here came out, along with the Four of Crystals swords. And it was so interesting because when I was shuffling, right as I sat down to get the cards out, I got hit with an overwhelming pang of anxiety in my chest, in my sternum. And that's where it hits usually when I'm picking up on the energy of someone else. And And yeah, the anxiety was very, very, very heavy. So anxiety, of course, is the Nine of Swords. It's about doing our shadow work. It's about facing our deepest, darkest fears. It's about healing our trauma and our wounds so that we can live healthier lives, have healthier relationships, not just romantic, with everybody, with friends, with family. Yeah. So something is weighing on your mind, feminine. That much is clear. Especially because the Four of Swords came out as well, and the Four of Swords is beautiful. That is the rest and relaxation card. It's you have done so much. You have you have done enough for now. Which tells me you have been doing this. I don't think this is a message to, get a move on and start doing that shadow work. I feel like you have been doing this, for a very long time. And we all reach that point, I think, of burnout where we just go, I can't do this anymore. I need to rest. And that's why the Four is here. It's giving you permission to rest. Lie down in the grass and sleep. Have a sleep. Just, have a bath, read a book, curl up in a blanket, go for a swim, submerse in water, I always say. But so this card is giving you permission, but you must also give yourself permission to rest. It's when we push too hard, it's never a good thing, and it can actually kick up more anxiety and more fear when we just push and push and push. So I feel like that's you, and I feel like the Three is speaking towards your life. What do you want for your life? If your life could look like anything, feminine, what would it look like? If you could have anything, if you could create, because this is a card of creation, if you could create anything, what would you create? What would you mold your life to look like? So I feel like you're being asked to really sit with that and think about, how do you want your life to look? A lot of people say write down a list. Maybe, sure, if that works for you. I always find that if I go to write a list, I go, this is silly, and then I stop, and then I don't do it. But what I do find useful is just noticing the little things, the little thoughts that you catch yourself thinking when you're doing other things. Like driving. Sort of long, I say long distance, but, if you're spending a great deal of time commuting during the day, for example, that's often when I spark these thoughts about, I would really, really like that. Spirit, let's start thinking about that, shall we? And, then that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is later on when it pops up out of the strangest places and you go, oh my gosh, I asked for that months ago. And when you start noticing the things that you end up asking for more than once, and again, it's not like you're sitting down and going, all right, Spirit, here's what I want. Boom, 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 boom. But it's just those little things. Like, oh, I'd like to live in a house on a piece of land out in the country away from the city so that I can be under the stars and sleep in the clear air without a lot of static. Something as simple as that. And then you might meet someone and discover they live in a house out in the country in a beautiful piece of land next to the ocean. And all of a sudden you're going, hey, I asked for this. And it's come round in the strangest of ways. That's just an example. Who knows? Yeah, so I feel like that top row is you. And then we have our second row here. And so these didn't come out chronologically the way I have laid them. I have rearranged them the way I was told to rearrange them. But the King of Wands actually came out first. And I sort of went, oh, okay, who is this? Is this your energy? Or is this a masculine? energy. So, and then so the king came out along with the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Stars, Pentacles, and then the King of Cups came out last. So once the King of Cups arrived, I kind of went, okay, I think I can't ignore it. I think there is a masculine involved here. But I mean, I can run through the cards anyway. I'm feeling compelled to talk about the kings first, not in terms of masculine, but just in terms of, what they talk about. So Wands is passion and loyalty and also entrepreneur. I struggle with this word. Entrepreneurship. Oh my gosh. Entrepreneur. Let's just use that. And yeah, so it's about new ideas. Maybe starting a business, maybe moving into a different career, but getting passionate about it, and being excited, being joyful about life again. Cups, of course, is sort of logic and clarity and also calm. The raging ocean is at this king's feet, yet he's super calm. Cups, of course, talks towards emotions, and usually we associate it with love. But it doesn't have to be. You could be seeking some clarity around job, around career. If this is for you, I feel like I'm going to read this two ways. So if you feel like these kings are embodying your energy at the moment, then fantastic. Great. Take it. It's yours. I'm just going to check the King of Cups because I'm being told I might have lost something. Clarity, calmness, diplomacy. I remain calm and balanced in turbulent times. Maybe something's going on at work that is making you reconsider, I'm hearing, or even weighing up options. But whatever this is, it is important to keep a calm, level head about it. Keep those emotions in check, I'm hearing, and ride the wave. I just got for someone, just ride it out. Actually, I pulled a oracle card, and not now, but I pulled it the other day, and it was so poignant. It talked about just keep telling your own truth. Just keep doing it. The more you tell your own truth and remain in that authentic energy, as long as you are being truthful, eventually, the truth comes out. It will prevail. Everyone will see, whatever this is, everyone will see the truth for what it is in the end. You just have to keep speaking your truth. Don't give up, even when it's hard. Yeah. I'll just pull out the example that's floating in my head. Workplace, there could be a bit of tension with a coworker, with a colleague, some emotions flying around, lots of tension, perhaps a little bit of jealousy, and I'm sure we all know what workplaces can get like once these types of things start to rear their ugly head. It can get very uncomfortable. It does not make for a nice environment. Just keep speaking your truth, no matter what. You will have more people on your side than you probably realize. Yeah, I felt like I had to speak to that, so there we go. Then we got, Nine of Cups is here. This is wish fulfillment, dreams come true. This is very similar to what I was saying up here. If you could have anything, if your life could look like anything, if your wildest dreams could come true, what would they be? What would they look like? This is the Nine of Cups. This is exactly what this card is. So that's kind of perfect that it's here. Wish granted. I am ready to receive gifts from the universe. I welcome blessings and gratitude into my life. It's emotional fulfillment and the satisfaction we feel after achieving what we desire. This is success. This has happened, basking in the joy and gratitude of what you've created all on your own. Up here, what are you creating? You've done it. You've done it down here. Take this as a sign your wish is about to come true. Be open and receptive to receive gifts and blessings from spirit, from the universe. Beautiful. And the Ace of Pentacles. That's green light. Go. It's move towards your dreams. It's love. It's life. It's everything. Abundance, financial success. It's whatever you want to manifest. It may signify a new job opportunity, an unexpected gift, or an idea leading to financial gain. This is not the time to doubt yourself, or your inner power, or your ability to succeed, because you're open to all kinds of wealth, not just financial abundance. Happiness, health, and love are coming your way, and remember, you deserve it all. That's actually really nice. I like that as for you as a whole, feminine. Like, if it is, that's amazing. But we could very easily flip this around, and I'm being told I have to, so I have to. If we look at this, if you've got a masculine presence in your life that you are connected to, well, he's here too. Embodying both wands and cups. I mean, I can't read it any other way. He sees you. You're up here, right? He sees you as his wish fulfillment, his greatest dream come true. You're it, and he's been given the green light to move towards it. You just got to take that leap of faith. Yeah. Lovely. But, I mean, I know that's not it. That's not all. That's not all she wrote. I'm going to continue on with the Dreamy Moons. And then I'm feeling like I'm supposed to bring out the Raven's Dream at some point, which is a very, very, very special deck that only comes out on the most specialist of occasions. Specialist is not a word, not in the way I am using it anyway. Oh dear. Would you believe I'm an English major? Oh dear. What else, Spirit, please? If you hear some odd snoring in the background, my beautiful cat is lying down next to my tarot table, and oh, how curious! This came out earlier, and I put it back. I have a lazy wrist sometimes. All right, full disclosure, and as I'm shuffling, sometimes cards just fall out the bottom. And they turn up right, and I'm like, no, you didn't flip. My rule is they must flip. I mean, unless they do something absurd like fly out of the deck and launch across the table, then I will take them. This definitely wants to be here. Oh my gosh. Okay. I wonder who this is talking about. But just circling back real quick. My beautiful cat, is on the floor. She hasn't left my side today, which concerns me a little bit because she is old. She is about 15. Or 16. She's old. And she is approaching palliative care. I don't know how much longer she's got. And I am the biggest cat lover in the world. I am keeping a close eye on her. I'm assessing her for good days versus bad days, and if she's still eating, drinking, sleeping, happy, healthy, all of that stuff. And she'll tell me when it's time for her. But she's snoring. Her nose is very snuffly, and she snores like an absolute freight train. She's woken up now and she's staring at me like, why are you talking about me? But I noticed in one of my older videos you could hear her just snoring like a truck in the back of the video. So if you hear odd snoring, it is my beloved cat Moo. Anyway. Wow. All right. Two of Swords is here. Crossroads. Crossroads. This is the Crossroads card. And I always talk about this as a decision that is very, very difficult to walk back from. Once you make it, that's it. I mean, unless you do a heck of a lot of work to reverse it. Yeah. and it's the really, really big life decisions, and she's blindfolded, which indicates it's a very difficult decision. The path to choose is certainly not clear. If it was, she wouldn't be blindfolded. These are the big decisions. These are, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to get a divorce. I'm going to have children or not have children. I'm going to break up my friendship and never speak to this person again. I don't know. I'm just throwing out examples now. I'm going to choose one person romantically, or I'm going to choose the other person romantically. I mean, I don't know why this is here. I'm going to need more information. Because I've read I've read these cards two different ways. This could be about you, feminine, and your job prospects, or this could be about a masculine and how they feel about you. Two of Pentacles just came out. Talks about balance. Oh, 2-2 though. Could be symbolic for someone. Two of Pentacles is about balance, remaining in balance, remaining grounded. She's doing a heck of a lot of work there to balance those two pentacles without dropping them. And the infinity symbol is there as well, the infinity loop. I'm going to look it up though, because I'm feeling like this is a bit of a strange combination to have. Two of Pentacles talks to time management, priorities, using your time wisely, because life can feel like a juggling act, which you'll either find overwhelming or fun, depending on your outlook. That's nice. It's a little whimsical. Oh, interesting. This card, the infinity symbol, talks to the eternity of life and shows that there's no need to rush. You have all the time in the world. I feel like that's in direct competition here with this card, because this one always indicates to me a sort of a sense of urgency. Whether or not, I mean, that may or may not be the case, but that's always, I always feel a bit of anxiety and a bit of like an urgency to choose, which can often lead to you choosing the wrong one. So not helpful, really. Perhaps this is saying just to slow down. Slow down. You don't need to make this decision yet. You've got time. Think about it. Think about it carefully. If you do struggle to manage time and balance all of your responsibilities, reassess your priorities and create a plan. But also remember, nothing ever stays in perfect harmony. Be patient, flexible, and adaptable. Two of Swords, while I'm here, I've spoken about it already, but it can also speak to indecision. I can't decide, so I won't. And also, let's remember that not making a decision is also making a decision. Not choosing is, in fact, making a choice. Avoidance, conflicting visions. Perhaps you are avoiding doing something, hoping that if you just ignore it, it will cease to exist. Well, that isn't true, and it brings stagnancy to your journey. You may not be able to make the decision because you don't have all the information. Or you could have shut off from your heart in fear of getting hurt. You must address all that you are hiding from in order to continue growing and progressing. Perhaps here you need to remember you have time so that you don't rush into a decision when you don't yet have all the information. Perhaps this is why I was getting the anxiety. I need another card though. I need another one, please. Why is the 2-2 here? Why the 2-2? Oh! I didn't even touch them. And he came out. King of Swords. Why is he here? Goodness me. It was unexpected. Oh my gosh. King of Swords is logic and clarity. I read the King of Cups as the King of Swords before. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Oh my gosh, I can just hear you all yelling at me from behind the screens going, that's not the King of Cups. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. This is logic and clarity. This is intellect and solving conflicts. Wisdom and inner strength. Someone you would come to for advice in order to help resolve conflicts and discover common ground. Some think he a harsh ruler, as he acts without emotion and cuts straight to the point. He doesn't forgive easily and is not likely to change his... Oh, he's not likely to change his mind once a decision has been made. Exactly. What did I say? You can't walk this back. This is a big deal. This is huge. And he's here to remind you of that. He calls you to be firm with your choices and not let the opinions of others sway you off your path. Use your logic and intellect to navigate the way ahead. What did I say, feminine? People will tell you what you should think or what you should feel or what the obvious answer is, but if your intuition says, no, I'm going off on I said the other path. I did. It was like I was looking at the Two of Swords while I was talking about this in my mind's eye, but I didn't clock it. Oh my god. Yeah, if your intuition tells you, no, I'm going this way, then you go that way. You don't listen to everyone else. Oh boy. I'm feeling extra magical all of a sudden. Although I'm not feeling very magical, that I totally was all over the show with the King of Cups. Now I'm going back to him. Calmness, clarity. No, see, he is clarity. Okay, I wasn't completely off the mark. Yeah, calm with the oceans at his feet. I talked about that. Master of emotions and creativity. He remains calm and centered, showing perfect clarity of mind, even under pressure. Assigned to protect your energy from others, assert your boundaries, especially if you're experiencing challenges. Use your imagination and develop creative solutions to a problem you're trying to solve. Well, this almost feels like we must embody all of the kings to help us make this decision. I mean, the only king not here is Pentacles, but it's still early. But yes, this I feel like this has totally backed me up. This is not a decision you can walk back, so you must be sure. Oh my gosh. I need more. I still don't even know what we're talking about. Like, Dreamy Moons, or do I switch decks? Oh, no, they want me to keep on with the Dreamies, so I do what I'm told. Oh. Did that... I felt something flip, but I can't see it. Is it in here? I'm sure I felt something flip. I wasn't actually looking, but I felt it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm imagining things. Maybe I have inhaled too much sage. No, there's definitely nothing flipped over. How bizarre. I felt it flip in my hand. What is going on, Spirit? What is this even about? What is this crossroads? Oh, see, that one wanted to come out. This one. Oh, and it's pointing. It's pointing towards the future. Seven of Cups. Well, that's not overly helpful, is it? You're trying to pick a crossroads that will lead to many options? I mean, come now, Spirit. What are you playing at? I'm gonna sneak that up there. At the moment, she's struggling just to pick 2 cups. We don't need 7 of them. Goodness me. Oh. Here it is. The Lovers. They're here. The choice. The choice is here. Oh my gosh. Why am I not surprised? Alright. The Lovers is here. I hope we're not picking out of 7 potential love options here, Spirit. That seems a bit overzealous. I'm gonna need more information. I mean, what's going on? Who is this? Is this you? Are you choosing? Is the masculine choosing? Is the like, are you choosing between two choices? I don't know. And I'm just trying to work out how on earth I find out. How do I ask this? Normally by this point it's really clear who is on the table. I don't know whether you're here or both of you are here. I'm gonna need more, please. I'm just gonna ask the cards. I am also, while I think about it, I'm going to order some new decks, because even though I feel like I own so many decks, I'm feeling really boxed in how I do my readings. So, like, I want some really, really good, like, messages oracle cards, and I know the type of cards I want. I'm just not sure where to get them from. So I'm going to have to do a bit of a deep dive search for some cards, and I live in a different part of the world from most of you watching, so it takes a reasonable, like, they're not just going to rock up overnight, is what I'm trying to say. They'll take about a week or two. Not two. I'm not off in the middle of nowhere, but they will take at least a week. So yeah, I know what I want. I'm just not sure where to find them. Sometimes you see other readers using these amazing decks and you're like, oh my god, I want it. Why can't, like, and then you can't find it, or you don't know the name of it, and you've got to do a bit of research. But I really want to be able to hone in and get super specific with my readings, because that's just the type of reader I am. But I need the right tools, is what I'm saying. Well, that's interesting. Okay, Six of Swords is here. This wants to live over this side. So Six of Swords is a really beautiful energy. This is moving from turbulent waters into calmer waters. You've got to pick the swords up, put them in the boat, and row them over to a new piece of land. And it also talks about spirit will help you with this. They will guide the boat. You don't have to do anything except make that choice to move to the calmer waters. You know, you've got to pick the swords up, put them in the boat, and once you've done that, that's the hard part, and spirit will look after you, you know? They'll keep you safe to get to that calmer, less turbulent area. I'm blanking. But it's basically everything's going to be okay, right? It's a card of transition. It's a card of change. Better times ahead. Leaving behind what no longer serves you back in those turbulent waters. And the swords, or in this case crystals, they symbolize safety, comfort, and abundance. Moving out of a state of tension to those calmer waters. What baggage are you carrying that you need to leave behind? Let go of what's holding you back so you can move toward your future. I really feel like this is job for some of you. Yeah. But I need more. This doesn't tell me about the Lovers. I mean, it might. It could signify that if you're in a difficult crossroads choice about choosing, then perhaps there is a light at the end of that tunnel coming. You know, maybe this isn't even a romantic choice. The Lovers is a choice, right? It's a choice card. I did a reading for my friend the other day, as I was saying. That had nothing to do with love. Absolutely nothing. It was about career choices, right? And the Lovers, I'm not making this up, came out twice from two different decks. Nothing to do with romance. It was purely about choices, and perhaps making that choice from a place of love. Knight of Swords is here. Interesting. He wants to go over here with the king. Knight of Swords is here. Is delivering a message. Communication is coming. Oh, communication is coming. Who are you waiting for communication from? I was talking about the knight. He's had this epiphany, right? And he's grabbed the sword, which is the ace of swords, right? It's the sword of truth and clarity. He's had the epiphany. He's grabbed that sword. He's jumped on his horse, and he is bolting towards you, galloping. He's got to get you that message. While he's got the ambition and gumption to do so, before he chickens out and gets scared, basically. So he's a little bit reckless. I want to say acting first and thinking later. But I mean, sometimes that's good, right? Sometimes that's the only way anything is ever going to happen, while he's being impulsive. There is a unicorn. He's riding a unicorn in this deck. That's symbolic for someone. Unicorns aren't really a symbol for me. I'm more of a giraffe girl, but I have actually noticed, for me personally, just in the last few weeks, unicorns have been showing up more than usual, and I just find that curious. Perhaps, if you are like me, you see giraffes around one connection, and now you see unicorns around another connection. Perhaps they are a identifier. I call them identifiers. Perhaps they are an identifying symbol to help you translate messages from spirit. I have so many little shortcuts that I use to help me work out what on earth spirit's trying to tell me. This one, flew. They want me to have it. Yes. Okay. All right. 3 of Wands. Well, this is okay. Oh, wow. Okay. It wants to go here. This is take that leap. This is, I've done all my planning. I've done all the planning I can possibly do, because that's the 2 of Wands. When you get to the 3 of Wands, I'm ready. I'm ready to go on my adventure. I'm ready to broaden my horizon. I just got Jack Sparrow. Bring me that horizon. Da 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 da. And really bad eggs. Drink up, me hearties, yo ho. That's the very final line from the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie that came out many, 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 many moons ago. Oh my gosh. I saw that probably 13 times in the cinema when I was a teenager. I'm showing my age. And I'm telling this for a reason. I don't know why, but me and my best friend at the time, childhood best friend, we would go on a Saturday. We would go to like an early screening. We would come out of that screening and we would buy a ticket and go bang into the next screening, and we would just back to back watch Pirates of the Caribbean multiple times a day in the weekend. Like it was glorious. This was back when, movies were affordable and not the cost of, like a small dinner or something anymore. Pirates may be significant. I don't know. Gosh. Anyway. Saying I'm ready. I'm ready for my life to start. I've got my cloak on. I've got my boots on. I've got this wand in my hand. So, that wands are alive. They're aflame. They're symbolic of life and passion. I'm ready. Where is it? I'm looking on that horizon. Where are my ships? Why haven't they come in yet? Maybe you've got to go to the ships. Maybe you've got to start wading out into that water. And maybe once you do, maybe that ship will come right on sailing around the corner. I'm talking about boats now. Thank you, pirates. But I am also looking over here at this boat. Maybe this boat's coming around the corner. Maybe this is the epiphany the knight has had. Maybe he's ready to choose. I find it curious, though, that the 7 came out. Oh, okay. 8 of Pentacles. This is... I know what I want. I know it's going to take some work, but that's okay. I am ready to put in that work. I will do whatever it takes. And I will prove it to you. Like, watch me. Yeah, I'm willing to to build this foundation. I'm willing to put in the hard yards. I am ready. I'm willing. This card can also talk about not losing sight of the bigger picture. I mean, this one, we have, I want to say, a witch brewing in her cauldron, which is amazing imagery. But, you know, that's a lot of steps. That's a lot of steps she needs to do to reach her outcome, which is her potion, right? Whatever she's brewing. She's got all these different ingredients down here, and you've got to mix them in just the right way, and be sort of really meticulous and details-oriented. So also reminding us not to get lost in those details. Yes, they are important, but also we're trying to get to a goal, get to a successful potion here. So, yeah, it's good to be meticulous and details oriented. That's how we follow a recipe, right? But also, hey, if it doesn't quite go the way you planned it, that's also okay too. You can adapt and you can adjust. You can add things, take them away. You can remeasure. You can improvise. As long as you're keeping sight of the goal, right? Because that's where you want to get to. That wants to go over in this pile. Gosh. No, you have to give that to me again, Spirit. They did not flip out. And I didn't see which ones they were, so I couldn't take them. Perhaps the Seven is being... I'm just looking at it while I shuffle. Perhaps the Seven of Cups is feeling overwhelmed with so much choice. But I still feel like that doesn't really fit, because it's pointing towards the future. Maybe the Knight of Swords on the horse, maybe he's worried that if he doesn't act, you will have 7 cups to choose from in the future. So he better get his butt moving. Justice came out. Cool. Justice, you can sit there. It wouldn't be a Pink Ocean Tarot reading if the Justice card wasn't here. I swear, every single reading, it has to make an appearance. What can I say? Justice. A wrong needs to be righted. It's truth and clarity. It's the sword of truth. It's the scales of clarity being balanced. You don't have, it's coming, the download is coming. You don't have all the information, right? You didn't have the information. You couldn't make your decision at the crossroads. How could you? You can't make it without the information. You don't have the information. The only way you can get the information is if this knight brings it to you. That's the wrong. That's the wrong. He's holding it. He's holding that wrong in his hand. He has to bring that to you. That's the information that you don't have. He's holding it. He's got to bring it. When he does, when he delivers you that truth and that clarity, you can finally make your decision that you have been putting off and putting off and putting off and putting off and putting off. A weight has just lifted off my shoulders. I can't even tell you. I feel lighter. Peace with the doves. Justice is here. Gosh, what did that masculine do, feminine? Whatever it is. It's big. Oh dear. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is hilarious. I can't even. I'm laughing. I'm just laughing. I'm laughing. I only laugh to save from weeping. That was in A Knight's Tale I watched just the other night. It was on television with the tremendous, great, late Heath Ledger. 7 of Wands. Oh dear. I'm trying. I'm just kind of blanking out a little bit. Going a little hazy for some reason. The 7, I know what the 7 means. I can't find the words I want to articulate it. The 7 is about I'm I'm going to fight for this. I'm going to prove myself to you. I'm like a knight, I'm being told, like a knight from A Knight's Tale. That could be why the quote came out. The wands represent the negative opinions of other people. This is saying I no longer care, and I'm going to fight these off. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight for us. I'm willing to put in the work here, and I'm going to prove it to you. I will fight for us. I will fight for this. But I'm going to look it up, because it's just too perfect that it's here. I can't. Challenge, perseverance, indecision. Indecision! This indecision is back. This is a theme. I stand strong in my power. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I want now. I've had the epiphany. I've got it. I'm coming. I know. I'm going to fight. I'm going to right this wrong. I'm going to make it better. I'm going to do the right thing. Challenges are upon you, but nothing you can't overcome with faith in yourself and perseverance. This card shows a woman, doesn't have to be, courageously defending herself against 6 opponents. You might be challenged by others who want to take your place, either in your career or relationship. This is a period of life where you feel like you must prove yourself repeatedly. Take this as a chance to show the world what you're made of. Maintain your stance, fight for what you believe in. Watch out for those who get in the way of you pursuing your goals and dreams. Exactly. Exactly. This won't be for everyone, but this could very, very possibly be a masculine who made a decision, and I know I've read about this on the channel before, so you may resonate with some of my other readings. He chose, with the 2 of Swords, he chose a crossroad and has been desperately trying to claw his way back to point zero ever since. Claw his way back to the crossroads so that he can bolt down the other path instead. He realized he effed up and he chose the wrong one. But as I said, it is very, very, very difficult to walk yourself back from these decisions. It's a lot of untangling. It's very difficult. There's a lot of moving parts. There are lots of things involved. There are people. There are relationships. There are finances. There are children. There are the negative opinions of others. That won't be for everyone, but I mean, it's here. I get, with the 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands, I very, very strongly get a bit of groveling out of these cards. I feel like he's got a lot of making up to do, a lot of actions over words. Words are nice, but they don't prove anything unless the action is there to back it up. Perhaps he is overly concerned here with the 7, with all of these options he perceives you to have. Perhaps he's getting worried that he's being left behind. Perhaps he's getting worried that you're going to choose someone else, instead of waiting diligently and faithfully for him to ride back in on the horse, or the unicorn in this case. Yeah. If you hear cat purring, I have my other cat. This is Silas. He has joined us. He is insisting on finding out what I am doing up here at my desk. Alright, I don't know what to do from here. I still feel like I need more information. I still feel like this is not clear enough. Yeah, I'm being told to stay with the Dreamies, so I guess I don't need to clarify with the Raven's Dream just yet. I'm sure I will at some point. I'm just trying to get around my cat. Do not climb on the table, Silas, please. Oh, okay, there he goes. He's sulking on the floor now because I would not let him climb on the cards. He is a tuxedo. He's very fat. Oh! This one also came out earlier. Like, it fell during a lazy shuffle, and I put it back. And I said, if you want to be here, you must show yourself again. And it does. Look, it always does. 5 of Pentacles, stars. This is anxiety over money. This is feeling financially unstable. This is a lack mentality. This is all, it's too hard, I can't do it. How interesting. How interesting. I'm gonna put it down here on the edge. Yeah, it's a sense of hopelessness. It is a sense of, I'm just gonna sit down on this dark, damp, dank, cold cave floor because I don't know what else to do. It's worry. It's isolation. It's focusing on everything you don't have. Well, you need to flip that around. You've got to start looking at the positive, at the glass half full. What do I have, you know? It's not all bad. This talks about feeling vulnerable, feeling unsafe, going through a very challenging time. Are you overthinking? Are you making it worse by overthinking? Have you put yourself in that cave mentally? And then you're manifesting exactly what you're afraid of. Try to focus on what you do have rather than what you don't have. I'm feeling like this is the masculine. Yes. Spirit says yes. This is perhaps why it has taken him so long to get on that darned unicorn. What else, Spirit? Just checking. They're telling me to take it. Technically, it fell out and flipped over, but they want me to have this one. I do check. Yeah. Well, it's here. The Three of Swords is here. The Heartbreak card. Who are we talking about? Like, this could be so many things. Did this masculine break your heart, feminine? Did you break this masculine's heart? Did he break his own heart because he didn't choose you? And now he's had to break someone else's heart to walk back the whole wrong decision. Has he had his heart broken by this other person and now he's trudging on back to decision point with his tail between his legs? I really hope not. You're not second best, feminine. You are worth choosing, right? Like, you do not equate your self-worth to this masculine's choices, or any masculine's choices for that matter. This just feels hopeless. I'm feeling hopeless with the Five of Stars and the Three of Swords here. I'm feeling absolutely freaking hopeless. Like this is all too much. This is all a huge mess. This is all just... it's just... everyone's heart's broken over this. Like... And then, okay, it is really important for me to now say this. Whoever this is, if this is you, feminine, I feel like you've done a lot of work to come out of this up here. And it's very important that if this masculine comes leaping back into your life on the back of a unicorn, that you stay very grounded and keep in mind that he must approach from a good place. That is very, very important. If he's still in this Three of Swords energy, that's not okay. And if he doesn't sort this out first, it's not going to end well for anyone. Well, I feel like I need some more for this bottom row that I'm now making, which might hopefully give us a little bit more context. Yes. Interesting. So, Flower of Life and the High Priestess are here. And so we all know the High Priestess talks about following our intuition, following our inner compass. High Priestess is like feminine. It's your higher self. It's letting spirit guide you. Never gonna guide you wrong, right? It's trusting your gut here with this orb in front of the sacral. And it's paired with the Flower of Life, which is a card unique to the Dreamy Moons Tarot. So I am gonna have to read it because it's here. It's rainbow colors. It's sacred geometry. It's the universe. It's creation. You know, we opened this reading with the Three of Pentacles, which is the creation card. This is basically ascending into a higher version of ourselves, realizing our worth and our value intrinsically, and going, I will not settle. I will not settle for this. It's about living our best life, becoming our best self. And trusting in the divine as well, recognizing your connection to spirit, to divine, to your inner self and your own guidance system. You know, I said that at the very start. If your intuition is steering you one way, even though it goes against what everybody else is telling you, you follow your intuition. High Priestess, intuition, divine feminine, balance. I'm in touch with my divine intuition. I'm ready to listen. Prioritizing your inner knowing over logic and the conscious mind. All the answers you seek come from within. Connect with your higher self through meditation, inner work, visualization, accessing that sacred knowledge that sits deep within your soul. Connect with your divine feminine side. Absolutely. That's gorgeous that they came out together. Absolutely stunning. You've done the work, feminine. That much is clear. You do not let this unicorn back into your life unless he shows you with the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles that he's doing the work, or he's done it, or he's got to back up those actions, those words with actions. Knight of Pentacles. Oh dear. Slowest moving knight in the deck, the direct opposite of the Knight of Swords. This is like the knights come to a standstill. Perhaps this is you. Perhaps this is your energy. Okay, no, but it is representing... I had to check. It is also representing, though, the longevity. You've put in the hard yards, feminine. Like, you deserve a pat on the back. A pat on the back. Ugh. You have done a lot of work, you know? The Knight of Pentacles is not afraid to do the work. But it's stoic. It's logic. It's slow going. It's reliable. Okay, hard work, routine. Alright, we're going to take some positives. He doesn't waste time. Okay, it might take him longer, but the time is not wasted. He is deeply dedicated to his work and routine, which does yield fruitful results. Methodical, stoic, reliable, predictable. Although his preference for everything to stay exactly the same can be a weakness. Flexibility, not his strong suit, and he needs to work on opening his mind. And it might feel dull, boring, and repetitive, but don't give up. I feel like, I feel like this could be where we have come from. You've been here doing your work, feminine, that much is clear. And while you've been doing your work, feeling like nothing is moving, nothing is happening with your masculine counterpart, right? Because he's been over here in the heartbreak energy and the anxiety and the lack mentality and the loss, and it's all just too hard. I'm going to put myself in the cave and be isolated. You know, you've been here having a glow up. You've been working on yourself. You've been opening yourself to all of these cups. I feel like. And perhaps that has finally trickled down to the masculine, right? Perhaps he's finally had this epiphany that if he doesn't jump on that unicorn and get a move on, he could miss out. He may not even be one of those cups, right? It could be too late. I don't feel like that's even an option for him, you know? So I guess where I'm going with this little story is that when he does have the epiphany, it will almost feel instantaneous. It will be so fast because we've been in such a slow, stagnant, methodical, logical energy thus far without a lot of tangible, visible 3D movement. But when it comes in, oh boy, does it come in with our lovers there. Like, but remembering, the lovers is a choice. You can still choose, feminine. You're not locked in here. You don't have to take this unicorn knight back just because he rocks on in holding a sword of truth. Just because he delivers you that truth and clarity that you have desperately been waiting for a very long time, I feel. Just because he finally rocks in with what you've always wanted to hear, that doesn't mean you have to, like, you know, give him an all-access pass. He's got to earn it. He's got to earn that trust. He's got to put in the work. He's got to show you. He's got to show you he means it. Justice must be served. Divine justice must be served. That is so, 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 so important. I literally cannot say that enough times. And if not, then, you know, in the future, it's all good. You've got 6 other cups there. You've got options, feminine. You've always got options. Is there anything else from the Dreamies? I'm hearing one more from the Dreamy Moons. And it's just occurred to me, I'm using the Dreamy Moons Tarot, and then I'm about to switch to the Raven's Dream Tarot. So perhaps dreams are symbolic for someone. Someone is having dreams. Someone's having dreams about you, I'm hearing. Come on, there's one more. I know there is. There's one more in the Dreamy Moons. Oh, there it is. It fell on the floor. Now my cat wants it. No, it's not for you. Knight of Wands is here. That's fiery, passionate energy. He wants to go over here on the other end. How peculiar. Is this the same masculine? No, it's not, is it? What did I just say, feminine? You've got 6 other cups here. And then in comes the Knight of Wands. I'm going to read the Knight of Wands because I feel like it's important at this stage to make a differential. I want to make a differentiation. That's not a word. I'm an English major, I promise. Sometimes I make up words out of other words. Energy, passion, impulsiveness. Well, I said the Sword Knight was pretty impulsive. No, he's reckless. I think there's a difference. This is impulsiveness. This is heart-centered action. Radiating charisma and confidence. Surrounded by people who desire to be in your energy. Oh dear. His path is clear and free of obstacles. As he gallops across the vast desert, he trusts in his instincts. He knows exactly where he is heading and why. Feeling especially energized and fueled by passion. Willing to venture outside of the comfort zone. Not to plan too much because that can lead to impulsive choices. Check in with the heart. And is what you are pursuing truly aligned with your goals? all right? I've got a very clear vision in my head. So this knight, who was this knight, okay, the Knight of Pentacles, had a epiphany that he's taking too long, it might be too late. So he transformed himself into the Knight of Swords to bring you that truth and clarity that you've always been asking him for, that he was never willing to give you. And he goes, if I just give you this, then that will make everything all right again. That will correct our imbalance. That will correct the wrong that has happened between us. And then you will choose me. Because I am choosing you, finally. But the fact that the Crossroads card was here, I feel like he didn't choose you in the first instance, right? And he's gone down this long, winding path of fear, anxiety, lack, loss, heartbreak. And he's had to methodically and stoically claw his way back to that Crossroads signpost, reevaluating what it is that he actually wants. Has he made the biggest mistake of his life? Evidently, with this epiphany. So he's leapt on his unicorn, let the wind power his unicorn's flanks. Again, I'm kind of riffing on A Knight's Tale here. Galloping back to you, feminine. I'm here, I will fight for us. I'm going to put in the work, I'm going to prove it to you, I'm going to show you, I'm going to make it all better, and I promise, right? And then in comes the Knight of Wands. This knight knows exactly what he wants. He already knows. He didn't have to go down the wrong crossroad to work it out. He didn't have to have an epiphany to work it out. He already knows. He's always known. He knows what he wants. It's you. He wants you, feminine. You have 6 cups here. 6 other cups, I should specify, because of course 7 implies one of these cups belongs to this fellow. You have 6 others. Perhaps one of them is this one. Plot twist. Yeah. I'm definitely feeling 2 masculines. Right, okay, I guess we're switching to the Raven's Dream. This is like the most beautiful deck I have ever owned in my whole life. Here it is. It's by MJ Cullinane, who does many, 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 many amazing animal decks. This one is a limited edition one. I think she did a Kickstarter for. I did not get it off Kickstarter. I saw another reader use it, fell in love with it, and I went, I must own it, and I paid exorbitant eBay prices for it. I have number 23. I don't know how many she did, but it is a first edition, and it's just stunning. So I don't use it much at all, because there's really no replacing this if I munch it, and I am quite rough on my decks. Not intentionally, it's just the way I shuffle, and, yeah, I'm very, very mindful of the fact that this is a very, very, very beautiful, beautiful special deck. So it only comes out when Spirit is adamant that I must use it. So here we are. I did say I wanted to deep dive, and I feel like we are deep diving. Can't make this up. I can't make it up, feminines. I can't make it up. We have got the 4 of Wands. That's the 11-11 card. And Queen of Swords. Interesting. Okay, alright. I feel like this is you, feminine, Queen of Swords energy. You're kind of sitting there, not really willing to listen to any of his bullshit. BS. Sorry, YouTube. Don't put me in YouTube jail. Yeah. The Queen is this really regal energy, like, I don't want to hear any of your nonsense. You come to me with truth and clarity, or you do not come to me at all. And I think our Pentacles/Swords Knight, I think he knows that, which perhaps why he has been a little bit hesitant, because he knows he's going to have to literally kneel at your feet and bare everything, like bare his soul, pour his heart out, tell you everything. Did you hear that in my voice? I like it. The air kind of sucked back into my throat and caused a little like gag as I was talking. Like, this isn't an easy thing for him to do. This makes him actually quite nervous. He knows he's only got one shot to make this right, and he doesn't want to F that up, you know? It's not, what did I say earlier? Not choosing is also a choice, right? If he just pretends this doesn't exist, pretends that if he just ignores this whole situation, then he doesn't need to face it. It's like it doesn't exist. It has gone away. Well, it hasn't gone away because it's been tugging at his heart here, right? He's heartbroken over this. This isn't just one heartbreak. This is all of the heartbreaks everywhere. I feel like this is his heartbreak, your heartbreak, third-party heartbreak, like heartbreak on all sides. I feel like if he'd just perhaps chosen a bit more carefully in the first place, a lot of this heartbreak would have been avoided. And I think he also knows that. But that's life, right? This is life. We make choices and we must live with the consequences of those decisions that we make. With Four of Wands, you clearly saw him as your forever person. Marriage, home, babies with the little eggs in the nest here. Like, the solid foundation. He was your person. I'm feeling very strongly. He was your person. You trusted him. You have this connection that is undeniable. Like, you saw in him everything that you wanted. I talked about making that little checklist earlier. He ticked off everything on your checklist. You'd found your person, and for whatever reason, he didn't choose you. And again, you must not let that dictate your worth, which is so much easier said than done. I believe me, I understand, I really do. But perhaps you are wondering in your Queen of Swords energy, is there any way you can ever come back to this place of the Four of Wands? Is it too late? Is it gone? What can he possibly bring you, right? What, with the sword of truth there, I don't know if you can see it, it's a bit camouflaged, but what can he possibly bring you that will make this right? What could he possibly do at this point to fix things? Is the energy I'm feeling out of these two cards. I wish I could do the shuffles I see people do where they like split the deck in half and then like at the poker tables or the croup tables, is that what it's called? Croup? Blackjack? I don't know. And they flick the cards together and they fold themselves all the way back in. I'm way too scared. I'm scared I'll ruin my cards if I do that. So I don't. I just shuffle the way I've always shuffled. The Hermit. Curious. Someone has been in Hermit energy. Sort of, you know, going over what it is they need to do. Self-evaluation. How do I fix this? How could I possibly fix this? If we flip this round and go from the masculine's perspective, how could I possibly fix this? I've effed it up. I went down a whole different road. I did not choose my feminine. Caused all of this heartbreak. What could I possibly do? I think he's had to do quite a bit of hermiting to try and follow the lantern light out of the tunnel. And what I will say, I feel like if this masculine comes back, for some of you it's been a very, 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 very long time. And I feel like it's important to look at this from all angles and go, if you've come back after such a long time, right, then you must feel something. It must be important to you. It must mean something. So, if you want to at least give them a chance, I think that is a worthwhile endeavor. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for that, Some of your friends might tell you to tell them they can go jump. They can go get stuffed, But again, if your intuition says, actually, he's come riding back in after months, years, decades for some of you. I owe this to myself. Not to him. You don't owe this to him to give him this chance, but perhaps you owe it to yourself to close out the chapter and however that looks for you. It's very easy for other people to look out from the outside and judge, it's... Yeah, the devil. Oh. I've got to finish this train of thought before I look at this other card. It's very easy for other people to look in and judge, but they haven't had to live your life. They haven't had to live with your side of things, which is, knowing that your counterpart chose a different path and a different person. And you've had to live feminine. You've had to get on with your life. You've had to put this in a box and bury it. You've had to throw it in the treasure chest and banish it to a little island of sand. Pirates of the Caribbean is coming back into my brain. I don't know why. But you've had to deal with this in perhaps the only way you've been able to deal with it. And it's probably been very painful. And no one's saying this masculine is going to ride on back and it's going to be fluffy bunnies and cherry blossoms everywhere and all of a sudden all is forgiven and it's rainbows and bunnies, because that's not it at all. You've had to give yourself closure, which probably hasn't looked or felt like closure, but it's the best closure you've been able to give yourself. It's perfectly valid and perfectly normal to want closure from this other person. And it may be closure. It may not be closure. It could be the start of a new chapter. It could be the start of a new book. Some of you are writers. I know you are, probably. Yeah. The devil is here. So I feel like for this masculine to reapproach you, yes, we've had hermit, we've had devil. That devil card, that's... The devil is transformation, right? But it's looking at really, really harrowing stuff that we don't want to face, not unless we have no other alternative. It's things we may not have admitted has been our fault or has even been a problem, or it's the things we hold on to that make us feel safe, and we use them as excuses for bad behavior when really it's the complete opposite and we need to get rid of those things. But this is the hard stuff. The Seven of Pentacles came out with it. The Seven of Pentacles. That's nurturing the tree. That's watering the tree, growing the tree, watering it, feeding it, loving it, singing to it, nurturing, growing so it can grow big and strong and abundant. It clearly looks very different in this Raven's Dream Tarot. It's fish. What's he doing? Is he trying to catch the fish? I'm going to look it up because this one is dramatically different. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, of course, patience. Growing the tree takes patience, right? So these cards all depict a dream state, a dream place of the raven. Like the raven is dreaming, right? So in this dream, this raven has devised a novel strategy. Rather than idly waiting for the ocean to deposit fish upon the shore, yes, it's decided to take matters into its own wings by setting traps in the bay. After a day's wait, the bird curiously submerged its head underwater to inspect its traps. Some had trapped fish, but others have remained barren. Undeterred, the raven lifted the empty traps and relocated them to a different part of the bay. Another day rolled by, and once again the raven dutifully surveyed its traps. The patient bird finally found the optimal locations for each trap, ensuring the maximum yield of fish. So, patience and waiting. A period of waiting for the results, or the rewards of your hard work. Yes. I'd never really thought about that with the growing tree. It's going to take a lot of patience. And this calls for a moment of reflection. You may be reviewing your progress so far, contemplating the results of your efforts, considering whether your current path aligns with your long-term goals, with perseverance. When you invest in your efforts, the results aren't immediately visible. But you're nearing the stage where you can reap the fruits of your labor, but you must have patience to not rush the process. Well, I feel like this is talking about the hermit and the devil. It's like the masculine's finally woken up and gone, what have I done with my life? How did I get here? Why have I made these choices? And when you really wake up to that is when you do the hard stuff with the devil. Those things that previously made you feel safe, those temptations that have trapped you in this cage. You hermit long enough and you realize, hey, I've got to change my life. It's now or it's never. If I want to get back here, if I want happiness, the Four of Wands at its very core is like just happiness. You've found your person, you've built a home, you have a foundation, you've made a family together in whatever way that looks like. It's to get that's deep down to be loved and accepted by your partner, right? I think that's all we ever really want. I feel like he's had a massive wake up call. Like huge, absolutely huge with these 3 cards. It's I'm getting chills. Like this is big. This is so big. There's at least one more because we have a gap here. Nine of Wands. Interesting. Nine of Wands talks about being so close to the goal. You're almost there. It's perseverance. It's about not getting discouraged, because you've spent all this time and effort into building and building and building, and it's tiring, right? It's very, very tiring. And I'm just trying to get these more in frame here. But you're almost at the end. Don't give up. But it's a bit exhausting. I always sort of felt this card was like, pushing uphill, pushing a boulder up a hill. But I mean, it's a bit. I read the guidebook the other day for the other deck I was using, and it actually spun it in a much more positive light. But I'm going to see what this one says. Yeah, definitely resilience, perseverance, determination, the final push, inner strength. Yeah. I'm sure this masculine has had enough of pushing and pushing and pushing, right? And doing all this work. This is confronting work. This is dark night of the soul type of stuff. While equally feminine, I bet you have also had enough of living with this knowledge, living with this heartbreak, moving on with your life and rebuilding. And I bet that hasn't been easy, Within the folds of a dream, this raven envisaged. Oh my gosh, see, raven envisaged. I got envision, I got riven, I got envisaged. The two words tried to amalgamate together. Try again. The raven envisaged. The raven envisaged a state of contentment that was the sweet fruit of its ceaseless labour. The bird had toiled endlessly, crafting a haven brimming with abundance and happiness, and was on the cusp of embracing the joys of parenthood. Just when it was about to sink into the plush comforts of its hard-earned success, an unexpected sight caused it to jolt upright. 2 falcons were hovering menacingly over its nest, their intimidating presence causing the raven's feathers to bristle in alarm. Despite the wave of exhaustion that washed over it, the raven was not about to relinquish the rewards of its diligent work. Fueled by its desire to protect its haven and the imminent arrival of its offspring, energy pulsed within its veins. Last-minute surge, I'm hearing. Mustering every ounce of strength it had left, the raven steeled itself, preparing to ward off any threat and defend the sanctuary it had painstakingly built. So yes, the Nine of Wands appears when you've been through a series of challenges and have shown great resilience. You've withstood the test of time, and while you may be weary, you're still standing. This card acknowledges your persistence and toughness. Determination. This card carries determination. Despite challenges and setbacks, you're determined to continue and reach that goal. This determination is a source of strength and will help you push through the final hurdles. A feeling of being on guard or the need to protect what you've worked hard to create. You've come so far and you won't let anyone or anything take away your progress. And it's the final push. You're in the final stages of a journey or a project. It's been such a long road. The end is in sight. Muster your remaining energy for the last leg. This situation requires inner strength. It's difficult, but you have the fortitude to withstand these challenges and reach your goal. I feel so much like that is on both sides of this Four of Wands. Your side and his side. Like, don't give up. Just hang in there. Hang in there, kitty. This is big. This is so big. Oh. Interesting. Look at this. Look at this. I did one final little shuffle. 7 of Cups is here again. Options. Choices. These are yours, feminine. These are your options and choices. You have many. You have many of them. This is your choice. Your decision. Death. This comes down here with the Hermit and the Devil. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's just the masculine who's done all this work. You've done it, feminine. I know you have. You know, I feel like you've come before. You've blazed the trail. You've done your hermiting and your devil work. You've been nurturing your tree. You've had your transformation with death. You've done it. Right? You've blazed this trail so that this masculine could follow behind and follow the breadcrumbs you left him for once. Hansel and Gretel. He wouldn't have got there if you hadn't have gone there first, I'm hearing. They're telling me there's one more. I feel like it's safe for you to know, feminine, that if this masculine comes back, he's done the work. He can only return to you once he's done it. He can't return to you until that has happened. So feel confident that if it happens, when it happens, because it's inevitable, he's done the hermit, he's done the devil, he's done death, he's done this transformation. He wouldn't be in a place to reapproach you unless he had done it. And this is exactly why, like, it's so many people nowadays, they're so fixated on this whole, if he was going to do it, he would do it, right? He would just do it. It's not, that isn't it, right? These cards show, like, he's been physically incapable of just doing it, just coming back to you, just having that conversation. If he wanted to, he would. Well, no. He hasn't been able to reapproach you, not until, like, he's been divinely kept away from you, I feel, until he's put in all of this work down here. It's never a matter of if he wanted to, he would, because, like, he's got to go through the harrowing transformation first. It's not about wanting. It's never been about wanting to. It's been about doing all of your work first. Like, you know, and let's not forget, this is work. This is work that most people on this planet in our lifetime will never even touch. They won't even scratch the surface of it. They won't look at themselves, and they never will. You know, this is all incredible work. Yeah, this is no joke. This is huge. This is huge stuff. Oh my god. How fitting, right? These cards flipped over and I've just left them in the deck while I've been finishing that thought. We're finishing where we began, with the Three of Pentacles. We've gone right back to the beginning. Back to the beginning with you from the 1997 Fox masterpiece, Anastasia. It's called At the Beginning. And it's the theme song that plays over the credits. It literally talks about going back to the beginning, ending at the beginning, but this time with your person. Incredible song, and it's just so fitting. Look at this. The opening is we were strangers starting out on a journey, never dreaming what we'd have to go through. Now here we are, and I'm suddenly standing at the beginning with you. No one told me I was going to find you. Unexpected what you did to my heart. When I lost hope, you were there to remind me, and this is the start. Ending up with your person. Yeah, back to the beginning. With you. It's about ending up exactly where you started, but with your person. He wants to create a life with you, something beautiful, a long-lasting legacy. And it wasn't the only card that came out. It came out with the Queen of Pentacles. You're his queen. He sees you as a nurturing mother figure. What better way to build a long-lasting legacy with the Four of Wands? Creating a family. He sees you as Queen of Pentacles. He sees you as that nurturing figure who can build that with him. When we get to this age, and there are children involved, whether on one or two sides of the coin, you've got to have that faith that the person you are wanting to build and create with is the right person, right? Because you have to create that safe, nurturing environment for children, right? In the next generation. This is the legacy we are leaving for children. We want to build a world that they are going to live in. So, and we want to teach them and guide them as much as they can while we are still here. So he sees you, feminine, as that person who can build that with him. And that's just absolutely beautiful. I can't believe we're ending right back where we started. It's absolutely mind-blowing to me. That's absolutely phenomenal. He wants to create that with you. He wants to build that with you. You might have said, send me the person who will help me create my legacy and who comes back around. This masculine. He was it all along. He just had to go on his own harrowing journey. Oh. I think just trying to reflect and go, but the 7 came out twice, okay? The 7 came out and, you know, we had that Knight of Wands tucked away under there. If you don't choose him, he's going to be okay. It's going to hurt. He's going to be disappointed. But I think he knows that this is a long shot. This is a 1 in a million. This is a tall order, you know. He knows he's hurt you. He knows you're probably not going to take him back. He's going to be okay, right? I think he understands that you are worthy of all of these other options. You are entitled to make your own choices, right? You have to choose. If you choose this, you have to choose it because it's what you want, not out of any sense of obligation or feeling like you're owed this or you owe it to him or he owes it to you. You have to choose it because it's what you want. And if you want to explore other options here with that knight there who knows exactly what he wants, you know, that's okay too. That's okay. You get to shape and create your own life. You get to choose. It's your choice. Just as he made a choice at the crossroads, you also get to make a choice at the crossroads. I feel like you're both at this crossroads. You're just there at different times. Maybe he's waiting for you at the crossroads. Maybe he's clawed himself back to point zero and is waiting for you there until you reach them and then you go down the other path together. Or not. You may choose the other path over here towards this one. You get to choose. The choice is yours, feminine. All right. Well, I went away and had my acupuncture appointment. So I'm feeling much better, actually. And, well, I couldn't let this sit like this, could I? I'm going to do some messages oracles. So I've just got my usual, you know, I've got the Hidden Truth. I've got my Hidden Truth Volume 2 and Messages of Love. Ta-da. 1, 2, 3. I feel like I'm just going to go, like, all out. And just see what wants to come out. Messages of Love it is. I guess we'll start with that and see what happens. But I did say I wanted to go deep diving. Longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. Obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Yeah, obviously with the devil, the hermit, and death down there. That's a lot of work. And I did say that the masculine is completely and utterly and totally blocked from coming forward anywhere near you until they've gone through that transformation. Release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. New love. A new love or recommitment to love is developing with that king of... No, the knight. The Knight of Wands on the unicorn. But now that I think about it, the King of Wands was there with the King of Cups. That could have represented one masculine each. Boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. Yes, that is exactly what I said. If this masculine comes in, you've got to make sure the actions back up the words. And protected. You are safe and divinely guided. Of course you are. Spirit is keeping you safe until... Like, to make sure that whoever approaches you is approaching you in a correct energy. Wait, the timing is not quite right. True love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. Denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. I wonder if that's you or them. Or perhaps that was them. For the longest time. You know, they did go down the other crossroad. Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. Chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. Forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for you to allow you to move forward. Lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Interference. An external party is intruding on this relationship. You'll need to make sure if they do come back in and they are going through a divorce or have been through a divorce, that it's, you know, well underway or, you know, absolutely, completely done and dusted. You know, that piece of paper is signed. You don't want them literally breaking up and then the very next day coming to you. That's not a good idea. Exactly. Go slow. Take time to get to know each other. Let's tuck that up there. You know, and you know the truth of things, and they know the truth of things. It's not... You're not the ones you need to worry about. You need to worry about society and the negative opinions of other people and how it looks on the outside to everyone else. You know, society has a right way and a wrong way of doing things. And even if you might not be a homewrecker, there's always that potential that it looks that way to everyone. And then you're getting off on a unfair footing, I want to say. Second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. Obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. Play hard. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. Unplug. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. Oh, self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. Well, there must be one more. There's room for one more. The problem is when you get down this low, there's not as many cards for the cards to flick off against each other to come out in the shuffle. I could swap decks. Nope. They want one more out of this one before I swap. Well, where is it? Spirit, come on. There's not that many. Where is it? There it is! Haha! Here and now. Your true love is already part of your life. It's nice. I think we'd worked that much out already. Didn't tell us much. Okay. Which one first? Come now. Gosh, that was dramatic. So dramatic. What messages from this person, please, Spirit? You and I were too young. Perhaps you knew each other when you were much, much younger. Oh, that... Wow. That's not an accident. Are we meant to have this? Flip it over. Marriage. This relationship is moving towards a sacred union. Well, that's just going to go right there on the pile. But going back here. Yeah, you probably knew each other when you were younger. Back when choices were being made, I'm hearing. Crossroad choices. I look for you everywhere. I left you before you could leave me. I wish I could share my good news with you. Whoa! How many just came out of here? This is outrageous. We both know I am not the one for you. Now, whenever this comes out, I always get like a, where's that denial card? There was a, here, denial. I always get like a denial from this. Like, yeah. Like, we both know I'm not it, you know? Like, I always feel like this masculine, See, exactly. I feel you leaving me behind. He's trying to... He felt threatened by that Knight of Wands. He feels the Knight of Wands in your energy, and he panicked. That's the epiphany. He uses this. We both know I'm not the one for you. He uses this to justify not being with you. He uses it to justify choosing that other crossroads. He doesn't feel good enough for you. You deserve someone else. So off you go. You're leaving me behind. Off you go to that Knight of Wands. And then, oh my gosh, I'm going to freak out about it and jump on my unicorn and come galloping across the fjords on what's the Olaf quote? Like a valiant, pungent reindeer king. Do you know what I mean? And the fact they came out together with this, look, this is the story. He's literally telling you this is the story. It was my fault, but I blamed you. I want to feel that way again. I can't stop thinking about you. Damn. He's in such massive denial about this. I'm Yep. Yep. I get worked up about this. I do. Damn masculines. Like, they need their heads banged together. Utterly ridiculous. Like, get on your unicorn. Get on your unicorn. Pick up that sword. Gallop over the fjords already. Like, seriously. Frozen may be symbolic for someone. Exactly. Exactly. I wonder if you are happy without me. I will wait for a sign from you. Yeah. What's that sign? Off you go and be happy with the Knight of Wands. Like, the Knight's not in the Knight of Wands is not in denial. The Knight of Wands knows what he wants. I want to tell you how I feel. So do it already. Do it already. There was no Eight of Wands in either of those decks. And I was waiting for it. It didn't come out. So where's this communication? Maybe he's not even going to send a text. Maybe he's literally going to just show up at the door, ride his unicorn all the way to your house. Does he know where you live? Did you leave him a forwarding address? I hide behind material things. This focus this time is quite bad. There we go. That is 1,000 times better. Oh my gosh. I thought it was just because I was moving too far away from the camera, but obviously not. "22:22" on the recording timer. 2222. Huh, I don't react when people mention you. I know that I crossed the line with you. You were the best thing in my life. We need to let each other go. Not sure that's possible at this point. She's obviously trying with her 7 cup options and her Knight of Wands there, mate. Like, seriously. I am afraid to contact you. Obviously. Obviously. Because you're in mega denial. Alright then. Blue deck. What does the blue deck want to say? I won't let you down. I won't let you down. So obviously a bit of back and forth, conflicting feelings here. We need to let each other go. Oh, but I won't let you down. I want to make amends. I feel the sexual tension. Do you just? Is that the sexual tension between the two of you, or the sexual tension between you and the Knight of Wands feminine that he is picking up on? Yeah, that one. Who is this Knight of Wands? Seriously? Whoever they are, they have ruffled some tail feathers here. Absolutely put the energetic heebie-jeebies up this masculine. I don't know what you want. Perhaps for the longest time, you had no intention of even looking at any other cups, right? And you just believed that if you got on with things, did your healing, moved on with your life, that eventually one day this masculine might come creeping on back in with some kind of half-assed apology. And okay, it might not be great, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Knight of Wands comes colliding into your life unexpectedly, and for the first time in a very, very long time, you've actually thought about the possibility that maybe, just maybe, there could be someone else. It's amazing what that does for the energy. I am not over you. You inspire me. I need security. But, you know, if there's anything I have learned, it's that this whole new energy idea, the 7 cups thing, that's got to be authentic. You can't use it as a tool. You can't try and trick this masculine into coming racing back in because, oh my gosh, you're dating someone, right? It's got to actually be authentic feelings because your energy can't lie. You can't trick it, right? I do love you. I have too much to lose, right on over there with I need security. And that's the thing about divorces, right? You've got to be sure. They're expensive. And you've got to basically start your entire life over when you're possibly halfway through it. And suddenly all this time you thought you had is gone. I miss being with you. All of these cards are trying to flip, and then they're not. Which kind of gives me this energy of, like, this masculine wants to talk to you, but he's afraid that once he opens his mouth, he's not going to be able to stop. He's not going to be able to walk it back. And he'll have to follow through with whatever it is he's saying, and that scares him. I am recovering. I see life differently now. I find you so attractive. I am waiting patiently. I admire you. Ugh. I hide my feelings. 2 more, please, Spirit. Closing messages. Closing time. From this masculine, please. I trusted you. And there's one more, please, Spirit. One more. There's room for one more. You didn't see my tears. Well. Well. That's it. That's what we've got. Deep dive on this masculine. Well, there it is. I will have to leave it there, and I hope it helped, and I will be back again soon, much sooner this time, I hope. I'm going to order some new cards. Hopefully they arrive soon, and I'll be able to do much more exciting, fresh readings with those. All right. I'll see you next time. Bye.